Finding ourselves in our simple cross-legged pose, using support underneath your glutes if you'd like, using some pillows or another rolled up mat or a couple of rolled up mats, just depending, especially if you've got the tight hip flexors or the tight or painful low back, it can be helpful to be sitting on something. Or if your floor is really hard and you're like, I need something soft to sit on, feel free to do that. That can be very helpful. But just beginning, or rocking a little bit from side to side or rocking a little bit from front to back, kind of beginning to root ourselves. This is also slowing that nervous system, and it's also calming that brain, calming that, getting ourselves ready for our practice today. Slowing everything down, slowing those thoughts down, getting our bodies ready to move, getting our bodies and our brains ready to work together. Oh, that's a novel idea. Get the body and the brain to work together. Friendship today. Good, just rocking that a little bit from side to side, a little bit from front to back, and we're going to turn this into some torso circles. So let's begin to make some torso circles, the weeble wobble, nice torso circles. Ooh, and definitely feeling that today. Interesting. Just rotating that. And then let's go ahead and take that rotation the other way. Rotating that. And you can go as slow with these circles as you want. I might be going a little fast. Listen to your body and your movement and where your body's wanting to go today, especially when we take it beat back. Maybe your hips are super tight and it's like, wow. So go as slow as you need to go. Let's go the other way again, just a few more times, because this feels very good today. And then the other way again, a few more times, a few more circles. Good, and then let's go ahead and bring this back to center and begin to sit ourselves up tall. I'm gonna sit myself forward a little bit. That's one of the things too I like about sitting on a pillow. I like sitting kind of on the front edge, so I get my booty gets lifted a little bit, so I get tilted forward, especially when my hips are extra tight. That can be very helpful for this simple cross leg, and it's also helpful in working on that stretching because I get to hold it here instead of being like way up here. If I can hold it here, it can be very helpful in releasing. So that can be the same for you if you've got tight hips or tight low back. So just using your props how they work the best for you. Let's go ahead and begin to roll our shoulders back. So let's go and roll those shoulders out. And roll that forward. And again, let's roll this back. And roll that forward. And let's get a nice shrug. So shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And then release that down. And then a nice big shrug again. And then release that down. Good. One more time. Nice big shrug. Shrug up. And then release that down. Very good. Now, we usually don't get to this until a little bit further, but we're going to do a lot of windshield wipers today. So we're going to lean ourselves back and we're just going to take those legs and gently, these are kind of a smaller windshield wiper. So wiping this, take this nice windshield wiper right here. Good, and let's keep that right leg forward. So we've got that zigzag and hinge ourselves forward. So just a breath or two here. So now we get a little bit more of a hip opener. And then let's lean it back, windshield wipers again. Just a few times. Good, and then let's take it to the other side and hinge this forward. Nice. And then let's lean this back into a simple cross leg. If you can remember which leg you had in front before, go ahead and put that other one in front now. It was, yeah. But sitting ourselves up tall again, let's roll our shoulders back again and roll that forward again. Good. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. So let's get a few sun breaths in here, getting those arms involved, and exhale it out. And again, inhale and sweep this up and exhale this out. And again, inhale and sweep this up and exhale this out. Let's add a little bit of a rotation. Inhale and sweep this up. Let's drop our right hand to, or left hand to that right thigh and a little bit of a twist. Good. Inhale, center. And now that right hand gets to go to the left thigh and a little bit of a twist. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, sweep this up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, sweep this up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, sweep this up. And exhale, twist to the left. Good. Bring this back to center. Hinge this forward. So simple cross leg hinge forward. Ooh, feeling that in the glutes. Nice. And then release that back to that simple cross leg. Inhale and sweep our arms up. As we exhale, let's clasp our hands behind us. If your shoulders are very tight, always feel free to use the support of that strap instead. You can hold on to that strap instead of holding on to your hands or your wrists if your chest and shoulders are still tight, because we're still warming it up. We've got those hands behind us, arms behind us. Let's go ahead and look to the right. Ooh, and look to the left. Again, look to the right and look to the left. Head back to center, bend at our elbows, take our hands over to our right waist. Let's squeeze that elbow back. And then switch sides, same thing, squeeze that elbow back. And then release that, shake that out. Inhale and sweep our arms up, clasp our hands at the top this time, press our palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen here through our torso, up through that rib cage, and let's do a deep breath here. And exhale it out. So a nice big sigh. Let's do 2 more times like that. Inhale deeply. And exhale, sigh. 1 more time. Big deep inhale. And exhale, sigh. Good. Bring those arms out in front of us. Stop hands. Rotate wrists. And open our arms, and let's take those arms back behind us again. So either clasping the hands or grabbing that strap. Oh, open that chest, open those shoulders. Good, let's look to the left this time. So looking to the left. Head to center, look to the right. Back to center, look to the left. And back to center, and look to the right. And back to center, bend at our elbows, hands over to our left waist. Squeeze that elbow back. And switch sides, hands over to right waist, squeeze that elbow back. Good, release that, shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale that out. 1 more time like that. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's go ahead and drop our right hand down. Reach over with that left arm. Let's keep that left glute and that left hip onto the floor. Nice side stretch right here. Maybe thinking about that belly button and that rib cage opening towards the ceiling. Ooh, so we get an even deeper side stretch here. Good. Inhale and lift this up. As we exhale, go ahead and drop this down. Reach this over. Think about that twist. Ooh, this side is much tighter. So thinking about that rib cage, belly twisting towards the ceiling. And maybe you're feeling it in your side. Maybe you're feeling it in your hip. Maybe your hip and glute are having a hard time staying down. That's okay. Okay, okay, okay. That's what we're working on though. We're trying to lengthen through that body. So really working on keeping that glute and hip down on the floor. Good. Inhale and lift this. Let's do this one more time each side. Go ahead and exhale. Reach over to the right. Think about, again, twisting that rib cage, belly open. And inhale, lift this up. Drop that down. Reach over. Think about belly, rib cage, twisting open. Inhale this up. Clasp those hands again. Press our palms towards the ceiling and then bring that out in front of us again. Good. Open our arms up. And let's go ahead and take our palms facing up. Make some fists. We can see our arms out of our peripheral vision. Roll the knuckles in and then take ourselves into an exaggerated bicep curl so that maybe your thumbs or your knuckles are on your shoulders. And let's do a little bit of cat and cow here, seated cat and cow. So let's open this up, arch our back, and then let's go ahead and round this. Good. So let's inhale and open and exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Good. Back to neutral. Open up our arms. Let's take our left hand, take it over to our right thigh. Let's take our right hand, follow our spine down. So that thumb's going to follow that spine down to the floor. And let's get a deeper spinal twist right here to the right. So using that floor as leverage to twist as deeply into this as feels comfortable for you or comfortably uncomfortable. Let's get a big deep breath here and exhale that out. Good. Sometimes my rib cage feels very tight. This is an excellent way if you're having tightness in your front rib cage, back rib cage, in your back. Excellent way to open that up is by these deep breaths. Inhale it again. And exhale it out. Good, let's bring this back to center. Bring our arms up and let's take our right hand to our left thigh. Left thumb, follow our spine down to the floor. Big twist to that left side. And let's do some big deep breaths here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Good, bring this back to center. Roll those shoulders back, roll that forward, very nice. If you're sitting on something, we can go ahead and move that. And let's do some more windshield wipers. So let's lean this back and we'll go ahead and take those legs wide and begin to wipe those legs. Windshield wipers right here. Taking that from side to side. And you can pick your feet up or you can have your feet planted on the floor. Whatever feels best or most challenging for you today. Some days we need a challenge and some days are days of, this is as much as I can do. So listening to your body and doing what you are able to do today. Good, let's go ahead and keep our right leg in front. We'll find that zigzag again like we did earlier. Got this nice zigzag. Sit ourselves up tall. Face this way a little bit. Sit ourselves up tall. And let's twist tall to the left. So twisting tall to the left, and then we're going to get our big twist to the right. So let's go ahead and do that big, oh, I love this one. Big twist to the right. Maybe your hip and glute are able to lift up off the ground. Maybe you're hyper flexible and they stay on the ground. But getting that wonderful twist here, maybe you're able to look over that shoulder and breathe deeply in this wonderful twist. A couple deep breaths here. Good. Let's bring this back to center and we're going to twist quick for 4. So let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last one and back to center. Very nice. Let's go ahead and lean ourselves back again. Windshield wiper those legs again. Let's take this from side to side. Good, let's go ahead and keep our left leg in front. Got our left zigzag. Let's sit ourselves up tall. So super tall, twist tall to the right. And then we've got that big twist to the left. So big twist to the left. Ah, feels very good. Maybe again, that hip, that glute are able to lift up. Or again, if you're hyper flexible, maybe they're not lifted. But listening, go with your body. Go with what your body is letting you do today. Every day is different. But trying to do the equal amount of twist on this side as we got on the other side. Remember, we want to balance out that body. So maybe you're able to look over the shoulder here and doing a few deep breaths. Good, let's get one more deep breath here. And bring this back to center, and then let's go quick for 4. So let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last one. Ooh, and back to center. Very nice. Let's go and lean ourselves back. Let's take our legs nice and long. Well, not too long. Let's keep our knees bent. And let's go ahead and lengthen up through our arms. We're going to hinge it forward and lengthen through our arms. Keep our shoulders away from our ears. Getting a nice spine stretch here. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, hinge this forward. Inhale and lift. And exhale, hinge. Inhale and lift. And exhale, hinge. Inhale and lift. This time, let's go ahead and do an opposite. So let's take final twist and breathe. Good, bring this back to center. Inhale and lift, and exhale, hinge. Inhale and lift. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So right hand is going to go to the outside of that left leg, left hand behind us. Long-legged seated twist here, and breathe. Good. And go ahead and bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and lift, and exhale, hinge. Inhale and lift, and release our arms behind us. Let's lean ourselves back. Let's place our feet on the floor, and let's go into a reverse tabletop. Yes. Let's go ahead and lift that pelvis up. Strong feet into the floor, strong hands into the floor. So again, love this one. Good stretch for those wrists, good stretch for those biceps, good stretch for those shoulders. Very good strengthening for the pelvis, and the quads and the glutes. The core, that was the word I was looking for. The core, which includes that torso, the back, the glutes, the quads, all that. Very nice. Holding this here. Our neck is nice and neutral and breathing. Good, let's drop this down and lengthen our legs heeled on the floor into a boat pose. So still engaging our core now. Let's go ahead and breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And again, big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good, bring our arms behind us again. Now you have the option here. We can go back into that reverse table, or we're going to go into a reverse plank. So whatever is working best for you today. If you've got reverse plank, your legs are going to lengthen and you're still going to press into the heels. If you're going to go into that table again, we're going to do just like we did. So I'm going to go into plank. Let's go ahead and lift up. So you're either in that reverse table or you're in that reverse plank. Reverse plank is a little more difficult because you have less surface area. Only your heels are on the floor. But it's still, no matter what, both of either the reverse table or the reverse plank, still core exercise, still warming everything up and beginning to strengthen everything. So holding this, again, neck is neutral, same thing. We don't want that neck crunched anywhere. Nice and neutral and still breathing, deeply breathing. Good, let's go ahead and drop this back down. Let's go into boat one more time. So pressing heels into the floor, lifting our arms up, lengthening through those arms. 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And again, inhale deeply and exhale it out. And one more time, inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good. We're going to go one more time, either into that the reverse plank or the reverse table. So it's up to you where you would like to go. I'm going to go, I think, into plank again. So let's go ahead and lift our pelvis up. Strong legs, strong glutes, strong arms, strong feet, strong heels. Whole body is strong here. This is a whole body. It's an isometric, actually, because we're not doing any movement. We are just breathing. Breathing it deeply. Neck is nice and neutral. Either looking forward or slightly, eyes are slightly up or slightly in front of you. And there is a hair. That's part of the challenge too. If you ever have like a fuzz or a hair, breathing it deeply. Good, go ahead and drop that pelvis down. Very nice. Oh, and simple cross leg. Hinge this forward. Woo. That feels good. Very nice. Good. All right, let's lengthen through our legs now. Now we get to lengthen through our legs and find our staff pose. So strong, long legs, flexed feet, super duper flexed feet. Imagining that our big toes are trying to get right towards our shins. And this is the point when I'm like, oh, my leggings don't line up. I always do that. I'm always like, okay, line up the leggings in the staff pose. We're sitting right on those glutes, lengthening up through those arms, very strong right here. One of our most intense poses because we have no support behind us. We are having to use our core completely here. Let's breathe it. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply. Keep those feet flexed and exhale it out. One more time. Really reach up through those fingers. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Very good. Release our arms down. Let's bring our right leg in. So let's bring that right leg in and give our right leg a hug into that torso. Keeping that left foot flexed, left leg active. Let's take our right leg over left. Let's wrap our left arm around our right leg. Ooh, and get that wonderful stretch right here and twist to the right. Love this. And breathe. Breathe deeply, keeping that foot flexed. Left foot flexed, left foot active. So that means that whole body is working here. And let's go ahead and twist to the other side. So twisting to the left, twisting to the inside, right here. Good, bring this back to center. Let's take the bottom of that foot to the inside of that thigh, right, left thigh. Right foot is to the inside of the left thigh. Let's take our peace fingers and either reach for our big toe or hand to shin. Or if you are super not flexible today, if you're having some mobility stuff, you can have your hand right there on your thigh. And you can take that hand to the lowest rib, or you can reach over, again, depending on what is working for you today, and breathe. So this wonderful hamstring stretch, torso stretch, breathing it deeply here. Very nice. And let's go ahead and release that. Find ourselves in our staff pose again. So strong legs, sit right on top of those glutes, right on those sits bones, flex through our feet, reach up through our arms, 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. One more time. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good. Release our arms down. Let's bring our left leg in. Give our left leg a nice big hug. Hug that into the torso. And let's go ahead and take our left over our right. Right arm's going to wrap around and get that nice twist. Ooh, glute IT band. Wonderful twist here. And breathe. Good, let's twist it towards the right, so twisting the other way. Very nice. And bring this back to center. Let's take the bottom of that foot to the inside of that thigh. Let's take our peace fingers for our big toe, or hand to shin, or hand to thigh. And let's stretch on this side. Remembering to do the same level of stretch on this side that you did on the other side. We want to keep that nice and balanced. Don't want to overstretch one side than the other. It's the same thing as the strengthening. We don't want to over strengthen one side either, because that can lead to injury. So we want to keep that same amount of stretch on each side as well. So one side might be more challenging than the other. And that is part of it. That's part of why we do this, so that we can equal up that challenge. Good, go ahead and release that. Very nice. Let's grab a block, take ourselves on our backs. Let's do a little bit of bridge, few bridges, and then we'll do our cat and cow. So let's take ourselves down onto the floor, blocks between those knees, one block between the knees. And let's go ahead and press our hands, elbows, triceps into the floor, and let's lift our pelvis up towards the ceiling, lifting that up. And then let's slowly lower the pelvis down towards the floor, imprinting that spine down. Let's do that a couple times. Go ahead and lift that pelvis up. And then lower this down. Good. Let's add in the breath with this. Let's go ahead and lift that pelvis up. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lower that down. Good. Inhale and lift that pelvis up. And exhale, slowly lower that pelvis down. Inhale and lift that up. And exhale, slowly lower that pelvis down. Good. Let's do one more. We're going to hold this next one up. So let's inhale, holding this up into a nice bridge. Find yourself comfortable in this bridge. And while we're holding this bridge, you can exhale that out. And we're going to keep this bridge while we do a few breaths here. Let's do about a cycle of 4 breaths, or 4 breath cycles. So let's inhale it deeply and exhale that out. And deep inhale. And exhale it out. And deep inhale. And exhale it out. And deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. Let's slowly lower pelvis back down to the floor. Very nice. Release that. You can release that block. Let's reach behind our right thigh, pull that into our chest. And then release. Reach behind our left thigh, pull that into our chest. And release. While we're on our backs, with our feet on the floor, windshield wiper here. So I said we we're going to do a few different windshield wipers today. Here's our 3rd different one. So we're just taking, or a 3rd windshield wiper, not different, but just taking windshield wiper from side to side here. There we go. Good. And then let's keep both of our knees over to one side. Take ourselves onto our side, press ourselves up, and bring ourselves up onto all fours into our quadruped position. So on our knees, on our hands. So our hips are right over our knees and our shoulders are right over our wrists. Let's go ahead and find some cat and cow here. Drop our belly to the floor. Inhale. Round that spine. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. Round our spine. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. Round that spine. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. Round that spine. Exhale. Good. Nice. Flat back. And let's take ourselves into our first balance of the day. So our first balance of our practice, maybe not of the day. Maybe you've done a ton of balancing today already. Let's lengthen through our leg and let's reach through our arm. So lengthening through that right leg, reaching through that left arm, holding this balance here. Just a breath or two in this hold. And then we're going to take our elbow to our knee and go 6 times. So let's go ahead and add that elbow to knee. Let's bring this in for 6 and lengthen. Here's 5 and lengthen. Here's 4 and lengthen. Here's 3 and lengthen. Here's 2 and lengthen. And last one, let's reach and hold. So hold this here. Good, release that arm and release that leg. Very nice. Let's take it to the other side. So lifting that left leg up, reaching through our right arm. Let's hold our balance here, a few breaths as you are holding this, as you are lengthening. And then we're going to add in that elbow and knee 6 times on this side. So let's go ahead and do that here. Let's bring this in for 6 and lengthen. Here's 5 and lengthen. Here's 4 and lengthen. Here's 3 and reach. Here's 2 and reach. And here's 1 and reach and hold. Good. Release the arm, release the leg. Let's take ourselves back into a nice child's pose. So glutes go back towards our heels. Ooh, and reach through those arms. Very nice. Lengthening through our arms, through our torso, glutes back towards heels. Looking at our hands, let's walk both of our hands over to the right. Let's take our left hand, place it on top of that right hand, and try and get our left glute to that left heel. A good stretch up the left side of the body. And then let's go ahead and walk hands over to the other side. So walking to the left, and then let's take that right hand on top of that left hand. Right glute's going to try and get to that right heel. Ooh. And breathe. Good. Bring this back to center. Very nice. And bring ourselves up. Let's go into our gate pose. We're going to work on a modified half moon. We had a solar eclipse this week, so we've got to give the moon some due. So let's go ahead and have ourselves into our nice gate pose. Let's take our left leg off to the side. Lengthen up through our arms. Ooh, so we've got a nice big stretch here. Now you have options here. We're going to take our right hand, take that right hand down to the floor, lengthen up. You can keep this here. If you want to begin to work on a little bit of balance, you can lift and lower, or you can lift and hold. So it's up to you. It's wherever your strength and mobility is letting you go today. So listening to that body, but no matter what, even if your foot is anchored on the floor, we're still working on balance here. It's still just like you've just got your knee, your hand, and your foot. So you don't have a lot of support here. So you're having to build strength here. So you've got that, and breathing it deeply. Good. If you've got that leg up, let's go ahead and place that leg back on the floor. And let's reach back up into that nice gate. And let's take our left hand to our left thigh. And let's reach this over. Oh, very good. And then release that. Good. Let's take it to the other side. So let's go ahead and take our right leg out to the side. Lengthen up through our arms. Find our nice gate pose on this side. Reach up through that. Let's take our left hand and place our left hand on the floor. And same thing. Working on this side the same that you did on the other side. So if you were lifting and lowering on the other side, super important that you do the same thing on this side as well. We want to work on that balance. We don't want to be over strengthened or overstretched on one side over than the other. We want it to be nice and balanced so we don't get any injury. And breathing it here, breathing and holding. Again, in that strong balance, strong strengthening pose. You can hear my ankle cracking today. Got a lot of air in my ankle joint today. Interesting. That's interesting too. Always interesting. Good. If you've got your leg up, let's go ahead and put that down, release that down. Bring ourselves back to that nice gate pose. Drop our right hand to that thigh and reach that over. And then release that. Place your blocks where you want them for our sun salutations. So at the front edge of your mat, if you're using blocks. And then we're going to go into our first downward facing dog. So we've got ourselves back on all fours. Let's curl our toes under, keep our knees bent, lift our tails to the sky. So let's lift this up and let's lengthen through that spine. Oh, I love this. And we got our first inversion. So our head is lower than our heart here as we are lengthening through that spine. As we are getting that wonderful armpit stretch. I love this here too, because it's just that extra armpit stretch. Or shoulder stretch, chest stretch. And then let's begin to pedal our feet towards the floor or pedal our heels towards the floor. And breathe. Good, finding some stillness here in this downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and lift our heels up off the floor and drop our heels over to one side. Stretching through the Achilles and ankles. Good, bring this back to center. And let's drop over to the other side. And back to center. And let's walk those feet to meet those hands in a nice standing forward fold at the front of our mat. You can place those blocks where you want them. Let's allow our arms to dangle first. So let's let those arms dangle as we are folded in half right here in this nice forward fold. Let's take opposite elbow with the opposite hand, make a frame for that head. Upper body's heavy. Fold in half. Good. And then we can release those arms and you can grab those blocks, have them close to you. Let's go ahead and inhale, flatten through that spine, nice tabletop, and then exhale and release. So our head has been low. We're going to take it up into a full inhale. So take this nice and slow. Inhale and sweep this up nice and slow. Exhale it around into a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Right foot's going to stay forward. Left foot's going to go back into a lunge. Left hand is going to go on our block or on the floor or on a chair. And let's go ahead and go into spinal twist. Good, to the right. Nice twist. Lunging twist. Right there, we've got this nice lunge. And breathing into this. Good, let's bring this to center. Take our right foot back to meet our left foot into a top of plank. Strong top of plank here. Good, drop our left knee. Drop our left knee, open ourselves up, side plank. And then bring ourselves back into top of plank. Good, shift that weight forward, drop your fronts to the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart's gonna go down to the floor, chaturanga. Heart lifts up off of the floor, baby cobra. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Enjoy this inversion. Remembering our down dog is our recuperation. It's where we gather the breath back, where we slow things down. It's your recovery pose. Good, let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold, front edge of our mat. Very nice, and let's grab those blocks again. Inhale and lengthen flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale around into chair. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Left foot's gonna stay forward, right foot's gonna go back into lunge. Let's have our right hand on block or floor. Open to the left and breathe. Bring ourselves back to center. Take our left foot back to meet our right foot into top of plank. Drop that right knee, side plank. Back to top of plank, very strong here. Let's shift our weight forward. Drop the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Chaturanga, heart to the floor. Lift our heart up, baby cobra. Curl our toes under, lift down, press, and downward facing dog and breathe. Good, let's walk our feet to meet our hands in a standing forward fold, and let's do that again on each side. Let's go ahead and inhale, flattening through that back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. Right foot stays, yes, right foot stays forward. Why on the second time do I always forget it? Right foot stays forward, left foot goes back. Left hand on block or floor. Man, it's been the last couple times. I don't know. Breathe it here. Good, let's bring ourselves back to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot into a top of plank. We'll do our side plank again. So go ahead and drop that left knee. Take ourselves into side plank. Strong side plank. Lots of side planks today. Bring ourselves back to center. Good, shift our weight forward, drop the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press, downward facing dog, and breathe. Lots of balancing today too. When we do that side plank, because we don't have the whole body down there, it is balancing and strengthening. Good, let's walk both of our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold, front edge of our mat. Let's inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, nice flat back. Exhale and release. All right, now the left foot goes forward, right foot goes back. Right hand on the block. And let's go ahead and spinal twist open to the left and breathe. And bring ourselves back to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank. And then let's go ahead and drop our right knee, side plank. Good. And then bring ourselves back to top of plank. Very nice. Let's go ahead and shift that weight forward, drop the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes, chaturanga, heart down, and heart comes up, baby cobra. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog, and breathe. Very nice. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold. Good. Let's inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around to chair. Let's hold here in chair. Bring our hands to heart. We've got seated spinal twist. So let's take our right tricep, right elbow to that left thigh. Seated spinal twist and breathe. And if your thighs are burning, quads are burning, very normal. That's good. Bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep that up. Woo. Exhale, dive it down and over. Nice standing forward fold, ragdoll right there a little bit. Good. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Let's do other side. So bring hands to heart, seated spinal twist on the other side, and breathe. Good, bring ourselves back to center, sweep this up, big inhale, and exhale, dive it down and over, forward fold. Yes, breathe, very nice. Good, inhale, hands to shins, flat back, look it forward, ooh, very nice, and then release that. Let's keep our right foot forward, take our left foot back, drop our heel to the floor, and bring ourselves up into a warrior one. So our front heel is lined up with our back foot arch, and you can move that foot back even more if you want. And let's go ahead and find ourselves into a nice warrior one. Front knee is bent. Good. From this warrior one, let's go ahead and open ourselves up into a strong, proud warrior. Warrior two. Very nice. Let's find our reverse warrior. So drop our arm, take our palm up, reverse or peaceful warrior. And breathe. Good. Go ahead and release that front arm. Let's release our front leg too. So both of our legs are now straight. And let's go ahead and open ourselves up into a triangle. You can have your hand on your shin, or I'm going to go ahead and grab my block. I like to use the block in my triangle. So opening that up, both of those legs are getting that wonderful straight leg stretch. Feet are pressed into the floor. Strong legs, strong torso, strong arms. Breathe. Good. And let's bring ourselves up, release our arms. Let's walk that back foot in, heel toe, one or two times, so that we are now narrowing our stance. And let's go ahead and turn our hips squared forwards. Our feet are squaring forwards as well. And let's hinge ourselves into our nice pyramid. So nice flat back, we get that wonderful hamstring stretch in that front leg. And we're going to move ourselves into our balance warrior three. So you can have your hands at prayer at the low back. You can have your arms out to the side, or you can have your arms in front. Whatever works best for you, whatever feels best for you, but we're going to begin to move our weight forward and begin to work on that balance warrior three, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you're used to like doing a full balance, but maybe today you're off a little bit. That's okay. But just remember, because it's going to have to be the same thing on the other side. So keep that in mind. I'm super off balance. So I have to remember that for the other side too. And breathe. From this balance warrior three, let's go ahead and hinge ourselves up into a half staff. So bringing our leg forward, lifting that leg up. And if you can, lifting those arms up. So a nice half staff right here. And then let's go ahead and place that foot right next to that other foot. And then find ourselves in a full mountain pose. Reach up through that, inhale. And then let's exhale, dive it down and over, relax in this forward fold. Woo. Very nice. Breathe it here. You can use a forward fold, just like we use our downward facing dog. A forward fold can be used as a restorative pose as well. And it's another inversion because our head is lower than our heart here. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. And let's see. Oh, actually, forward fold it back. I was like, where are we at? Let's inhale, hands to shins. That's what we did. Good. Inhale, hands to shins, and then release this. Let's keep our left foot forward, take our right foot back, drop our right heel, and find our alignment here for a warrior one on this side. So heel is lined up with that back foot arch. You may want to make those legs wider. Square our hips forward and find a warrior one. Good. Very nice. Breathing in this warrior one. Let's go ahead and open this up into proud warrior, warrior two. And drop that back arm, take our palm up, peaceful warrior, reach through that. And then let's release that front leg and take ourselves into our triangle. So hand can be to shin, hand can be to floor, or you can be using a block. Breathe. And let's go and bring ourselves up, release that, walk our back foot in, heel toe. And if you want, you can have those hands at prayer at low back or hands off to the side. Let's go ahead and turn this into a pyramid. Ooh, and a good hamstring stretch for that front leg. Remember, both of our legs are straight here. Both of our feet are trying to press into the floor so that we are reaching, working for that stretch. Good. And then from here, let's move it into that balance warrior three. So keeping in mind, what did you do on the other side? I was a little shaky on the other side. So I'm going to be mindful of that and doing a little bit of lifting and lowering on this side. Breathing it, breathing it. And then from here, let's go ahead and hinge ourselves into our half staff. And then release that leg down. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, dive it down and over. Both feet back into a top of plank. Good, let's drop to our knees. Take ourselves back into a nice child's pose. This time in our child's pose, let's take our arms by our sides, our palms facing up. So we're a nice little turtle. You can even, if it feels good for you, I sometimes like to grab my heels, grab the back of my feet. You can do that, or have your palms facing up. Whatever feels best for you. I like grabbing the heels because it kind of opens up my traps even a little bit more, that grip. Good, hands by knees. Press ourselves up. Let's take ourselves onto our backs and let's move into final relaxation. So grab what you need for your final relaxation. If you use an eye pillow, go ahead and grab that, or regular pillows or blankets. And we're taking ourselves all the way on our backs, placing that eye pillow over your eyes or blankets or pillow, whatever you've got. And let's lengthen through our arms towards one end of the room, or reach through our legs, through our feet towards the other end. Adding a couple inches to your height here today. Really reach through that. Let's take a big deep inhale here. And with that exhale, allow yourself to sink and settle, and those arms can settle wherever they feel most comfortable. Your feet can naturally fall open. Today, I feel like I want to have my feet together, my knees apart. So like in almost a simple cross leg, laying on my back. So whatever feels best for you in your final relaxation, it's your time to begin to slow things down, to quiet things. Sometimes the movements that we do during our practice can be challenging and cause fatigue in areas. So it might not feel as comfortable to lay just completely flat. Maybe you need to bend your knees. Maybe you need to have your feet crossed, whatever feels best for you in this relaxation. Just recognizing that, breathing, slowing things down. And if your knees aren't already bent, go ahead and bend those knees. And maybe tuck that tailbone under to kind of flatten that low back into the floor. And then let's go ahead and drop our bent knees over to one side and take ourselves onto our sides. A few breaths here. And nice and slow, let's begin to press ourselves up. Slowly bringing ourselves up into a seated pose that feels strong and supportive for you. And lengthening up through our spine. Let's go ahead and inhale, sweep our arms up. And bring those palms together. Exhale, eyes following our fingers, chin to chest. Good, lift that head to center. Taking our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Taking our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Taking our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply. And exhale. And one more cleansing breath. Let's inhale it deeply here. And big cleansing exhale. And have a blessed rest of your day. And we will see you next